What is up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Guys, we here. This is something that is real. I feel like a major serious deal here in the States. And I mean, if you've been watching, you know that it's a sad thing how unsafe some states can be here in the US. And this is what students really think about school shooting. Like, it's sad that it has came to this, that school is not as safe as it used to be, as I would say, like now kids, they have to practice different drills just to stay safe from somebody having a weapon in the school. So we finna check this out. Y'all hit that subscribe button, send down those recommendations. Let's see.
I was born only a year after Columbine.
One of the worst school shootings in our nation.
Every couple of months, every couple of weeks, throughout my entire life.
Virginia Tech.
Newtown.
29 dead.
26 who were killed, children.
We had seen it disappear. We had seen people forget.
It's not the time to talk about gun control.
Gun control is not the answer here.
If all our government and president can do is send thoughts and prayers, then it's time for victims to be the change that we need to see.
The students of Marjory Stoneman Douglas High School are changing the narrative around school shootings.
Why should they listen to me? Because I had to sit in a classroom in the dark next to 20 of my friends, watching us all text their parents that we love them, because we didn't know if a shooter was going to come up to our door. That's why I'm credible.
We wanted to know what other students...
I feel like she has a good point. Sorry to stop it, right? But she has a great point. Like, I feel like here it's always a lot of people making decisions that don't experience certain things. So it's like you should have people in with experience that have experienced certain things too to make some decisions.
Gonna come up to our door. That's why I'm credible.
We wanted to know what other students might be thinking. So we asked and got over 1,600 responses.
Generally, I think I could say I feel pretty safe in my school.
I should feel safe.
I definitely don't feel safe at schools right now.
Well, no, it's a clear no.
School shootings have kind of just been a lot this year.
What if we're next?
I feel very safe. Our school just spent a bunch of money on security upgrades, which,
Perhaps I'm just telling myself I'm safe because I want to be.
We do have campus carry here. I do sometimes feel safer when I'm with my friends that I do know, have concealed carry weapons with them.
I sit in school in fear because of the status quo.
Ever since I was a kid, really, that I can remember, I remember school shootings being a thing.
I haven't felt safe since Sandy Hook happened, and I was only in 6th grade back then, and I just haven't really felt safe. I've always had some kind of anxiety going into school.
Maybe this is a real possibility, this is something that could happen to me.
Yeah, I feel safe, but there's this part of me that wonders if I should be feeling safe.
The lights went out in the library a few days ago, and everyone was just kind of pricked up, what's going on? Do we need to run? Do we need to hide?
We do routine lockdown drills. This is pretty terrifying, the fact that we have to sit here and pretend that a shooter is coming into our school.
We have a policy that's called run, hide, fight for an active shooter.
I am lucky enough that I have a school with outdoor hallways, which means in an event of evacuation, I have much more exit points than a normal school would.
I know a couple spots that I could potentially hide in if they were unlocked.
They say, oh, if they come into your classroom, start throwing textbooks, start throwing desks, go and punch them. And that's gonna do nothing.
What do I think of teachers having access to guns? I don't like the idea at all.
It's a terrible idea.
Quite possibly the stupidest situation I could ever think of.
Arming teachers is normalizing school shootings.
it could be beneficial, but it'd have to be done right.
Teachers with guns is not a good teaching environment for young kids who need sunshine and rainbows.
I would feel much safer, actually, with them being armed.
The day I recorded this, March 14th, 2018, a student in California was injured because of a teacher having a firearm and accidentally discharging it in the classroom.
This plan reminds me a lot of what
students call bullshit.
We need to start thinking about what we can do before the gun enters the school.
One solution could just be having metal detectors.
Universal background checks, raising the age to buy a firearm to 21.
I'm not one for banning guns because I feel like there are good law-abiding citizens that deserve to have the right to have a gun.
If your right is apparently harming the lives of other students, it shouldn't be considered a right anymore.
I think really the only guns that should be allowed at the most are hunting rifles.
The average citizen does not need to be able to purchase any of the AKs, the 47, the 10, any of those.
Regulate ammo a lot more. Nothing in the Second Amendment states anything about ammo.
Would it be so bad to consider similar laws to what exist in the UK and Australia and Canada and all of these places where they don't have a mass shooting every week?
Our government needs to really step up and do what they're supposed to do, because it seems like students now are being the leaders that our leaders are supposed to be.
I feel like there's really much I can do because, I'm like one person, but
Man, sorry I had to let this play because it's like, I feel like most of them making good points. Most of them, like, these kids, they actually know, they know what they're talking about. They see what's going on and they really want to make a difference type, which is good, but I just had to pause. I didn't know it was just going, because I was like, it's just like, I shouldn't go to school and not be safe or feel, I shouldn't feel unsafe at school.
That our leaders are supposed to be.
I feel like there's really much I can do because, I'm like one person, but I feel like we can all do something together.
I just wrote a letter to my senator.
If I can talk to Congress, I would just, flat out just say, put more security in schools.
Stop taking money from the NRA.
I don't understand how anyone can feel okay with themselves knowing that students are dying and you have an opportunity to fix it and you're not.
It's not the liberal lobbyists that the NRA has to fear. It's not our representatives or even our senators. It's not our parents. It's us.
And you should be scared. I'm 18. I voted in my primaries.
I'll be able to vote in the next elections, so...
I'll be 18 next month, so I will be able to vote in midterms.
We need to vote people out who take money from the NRA.
Let our legislators know that we are not going to remain silent, that we demand change.
And they should really be the ones dedicating time to thinking and solving these issues, not a 15-year-old, in a classroom.
Facts.
I just want to say thank you to the 1,635 students that wrote into us from around the world. I'm sorry we couldn't put every single one of you into this video, but trust me, we read every word you sent in and it was integral to us.
Okay, yeah, all of them, they made good points to me personally, and this is just my opinion. If you agree, you agree. If you don't, you don't, but I don't see the point of having guns and just carrying around, especially like it's just too easy to access a gun. Just too easy, and then most kids, they might not go and buy one, but their parents might have one in the house and they know where to find it. Like, I know of plenty of incidents that happen even just in my hometown of just guns going off and, hurting or killing somebody, just going off, mishandled, a kid got a hold of it and boom, something happened type, like, I feel like it's a major thing. Like, school is for learning. Like, a fire drill, understandable, tornado drill, understand, those are natural disasters. But when you have to do drills that are pretty much based off of a person's choice, that is not good. Especially when you have, you can make that change and, make a difference in how this is handled. Like somebody said, like, the school need metal detectors. That's sad that a school got to get to the point where you need metal detectors. That's not a good thing. Like, school is school. You're supposed to learn. It's not prison. School is not prison or nothing. Like, with all this, you almost making school prison just because of what kids have to do nowadays just to be able to say they're in a safe environment. Like, but it's sad. But I mean, I feel like the higher ups, most time, like I told you, I worked in a school. They just make decisions amongst themselves. Just being honest, I don't feel like they hear people out, because if they did, they would be making these changes. I feel like they just make decisions amongst the few people, and what happens? A few people making a decision for thousands, which is not right in my opinion. It don't make sense. But y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments below. That's all I have for this video. Hit that subscribe button, send down those recommendations, and y'all be blessed, be the best, and be you. I'm out.